Welcome to Retirement Today. I'm your co-host, Jonathan Berglund. With me, as always, Michael Reese, certified financial planning professional for over 25 years now, and having a great time today, right, Mike?
I am happy as always. I'm always having fun, you know that.
Of course, we do have fun on this show. Sometimes a little too much fun, perhaps, but we do have some serious topics today, Mike. I see you got an article in your hand.
Yep, here we are. There it is. It's real paper. I don't know if y'all.
It out.
I don't know if you heard that out there in Radio Land. Yeah, I want to start out today's show, or this evening's show, really. This is an article from Bloomberg, and it recently came out. And here's the headline. You ready for the headline?
Let's have it.
America's $7 trillion, so trillion with a T, America's $7 trillion retirement crisis is only getting worse.
Thanks. That does not sound positive.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. And the sub-headline says, economic turmoil took a toll on savings in the first half of 2022. Basically, the market crushed.
Fair enough.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg, as many in the U.S. lack employer-sponsored plans. And so what they're talking about here, Jonathan, is they're saying, hey, more and more companies are getting rid of pension plans.
Yeah.
Right? So more and more people it's all about themselves. It's like, what do you do for yourself? Your retirement, the responsibility of your retirement is really more and more on your shoulders.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
so here we go. And they say, I just want to read a little bit of this, and then I want to share a little story.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's what it says. Americans have been warned for years of an impending retirement crisis. Yet the situation is getting worse. Basically, it's kind of like, by the way, this isn't the article, this is just me. It's kind of like, Congress has been warned for years that Social Security is going to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. What do they do about it?
Not a whole lot.
No, they just kick the can down the road.
Push it on a few years.
It turns out when it comes to saving for retirement, a lot of Americans are like Congress. They just ignore the problem. Mm-hmm. So, but here's what this article says. I think it's really kind of caught my eye. Even when everything was going right, inflation was non-existent. Interest rates were low. Stocks were in an extended bull market. There was still a multi-trillion-dollar shortfall. But what's happened here since then? Well, we've had the pandemic come, war in Europe, decades-high inflation, the fastest rate hike cycle since the early 80s, and of course, now we're in recession. The resulting market turmoil erased some $3.4 trillion from 401ks and IRAs in the first half of 2022. And that's according to Alicia Minnell, director of Boston College's Center for Retirement Research. And that's just for people that have retirement accounts.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Other accounts got hit as well. And, Richard Johnson, who's an retirement expert at the Urban Institute, said living standards are going to decline for a large portion of the population in retirement. And if you're not in that group, you're still in trouble because you're not saving enough money, basically. So basically what they're saying is, hey guys, you probably aren't saving enough money for retirement, right?
Right, and current conditions are not helping your cause, right? You're going backwards in what you have saved.
And when I'm reading this article, it really brought into my mind, Jonathan, a super nice couple that came to see us. They were listening to the radio show, and we talk about retirement planning. Mm-hmm. Like in our office, like what do we really do for people? We help people make the best use and most use out of their assets. We help them take the money they've saved plus the money that they're saving currently and position that money in such a way that they create a rock solid retirement plan where their money lasts their lifetime, where they can increase their income with inflation, and where market turmoil just doesn't affect them, right? It's like, how do you get the most money in retirement for your resources?
Most bang for your buck.
And by the way, when I say most money in retirement, I should say most spendable money.
That's
because
the key. Yes.
Obviously we don't want to give a bunch to the IRS, right? So this couple comes in, they're in their early 50s, right? And let's call them Bob and Donna, simply because that's the name of my aunt and uncle that I was speaking to the other week.
Easy enough. Yeah.
I think I was talking to them last week, so they're top of mind. So we'll call this couple Bob and Donna, not their real name. They're in their early 50s. Now, Bob, the gentleman in this case, he was saving 15% of his money in his 401k plan. Because that's what he's told. It's as much as he can save, and he's basically maxing it out. Meanwhile, his 401k, his company, only matches up to 5%. So 5% is matched, the other 10% is just on him. His wife, who was a teacher, was kind of doing something pretty similar, right?
Sure.
But let's examine what they were doing. Now, this goes to, we ran an analysis for them to say, okay, if you just keep doing what you're doing, how much of your income should you be able to replace when you hit your projected retirement age? And they said, when we ran the math, they said, oh, look, it's going to be right around, 65%. How do you feel about that? Not great.
Not excited.
They're like, how much more do we have to save? And when I thought about that, it's like, okay, the question, how much more do we have to save? Whenever you think about your retirement planning, it's kind of like you're planting fruit trees, right? You're planting an orchard. And if you, so the amount of money you save every month, every year, that would represent, here's how many trees I'm planting each year.
Right.
Then, so first question that you want to ask is, how many trees am I planting? How much money am I saving? The second question might be, how long am I going to let these trees grow before I have to start harvesting the fruit? That's, how many years before retirement. In this case, for Bob and Donna, they're early 50s. They're probably going to work another 15 years is kind of what they're thinking, right? So they've got a time horizon about 15 years. But here's the third kind of lever you can pull, or the third question you ask when planting your orchard that a lot of people don't think about. And that is, which field are you going to plant that orchard in?
Yeah.
Because whenever you're investing your money for your retirement, you can put it in your 401k, and that's typically pre-tax, meaning you save tax today, but you pay tax when you take the money out down the road.
Yep.
But there are also tax-free accounts. Roth IRAs are examples. Properly designed life insurance are examples. And the question is, are you planting any trees in those fields? And what we learned in this case is, in his case, I said, hey, what if you, instead of putting 15% of your money in your 401k, what if you, instead of doing that, what if you you didn't forget about saving more money yet? Now, if you can save more, that's great, but let's not even consider that. What if instead of saving more, you simply took the 15% you're setting aside now and just said, I'll put some of it in the 401k field.
Get the match.
To get the match.
Yep.
But the extra money I'm going to put over here in one of these tax-free fields, right?
Yeah.
Where, you pay a little tax today, but everything after is tax-free forevermore. Now, in this particular example, and it's different for everyone, in this case, without even saving any more money, instead of replacing 65% of their income, suddenly they were replacing 82% of their income.
Significant.
Not by saving more money, but just by using a different field for part of their money. And the taxes in retirement, projected taxes, and I asked him, I said, by the way, you got 15 years to go to retirement. Do you think taxes are going to be higher or lower at that point?
We all come to the same unfortunate conclusion.
Yeah, probably higher, right?
Yeah.
I said, well, if we think they're going to be higher, let's just look at current taxation. If we include a tax-free field here in your retirement orchard, check this out. Their projected tax liability was cut in half in retirement. And if taxes go up, it would be cut even more. So the point is this. Are a lot of Americans suffering from not saving enough money? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But another problem is they're not putting it in the right place.
Yeah, which field, right? Which field are we going to be putting our trees into, right? Where are we planting this orchard? It's an important component of
retirement, right?
Retirement, yeah, the whole plan.
So here's the question I have to ask you. Are you like this couple, right? Are you in your 40s, your 50s, 60s? Are you putting as much money as you can in your 401k? Are you maxing it out? Hey, I commend you for doing that because you're saving money.
Yeah, step one.
It's a good thing. But the question I would ask is, would you benefit by maybe redirecting some of that money to a different field, to a tax-free field? And most people, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
But how do you know? Well, you need to run an analysis. And that's why we put together this Retire Right report. Retire Right. Right is an acronym. It stands for risk, income, growth, healthcare, and of course, T is taxes.
The best, right?
That's the best. And by putting the right money in the right fields in your retirement orchard, it's a combination of, hey, are you getting enough income? Are you getting enough growth? Are you paying lower taxes? And that can really save you a ton of money. It can make your money work so much more efficiently. Getting a personal retirement report is free. All you gotta do is give us a call and set up a quick 15-minute phone call just to say, hey, let's introduce ourselves and let's see if we can be helpful. So Jonathan, what number do they need to call?
Reach out to us, 512-886-5850. Again, that number is 512-886-5850.
Yeah, what do you have to lose, right?
Exactly.
Why not get a free analysis to find out if you can apply the money you're saving now in a more efficient way so you have more money in retirement? Why would you not want to know that? It's just a simple tax play. So again, that number, 512-886-5850. Make sure you give us a call right now. It's free. And we got to take a break, right?
That's it. We got to go.
Yeah, when we get back, I'm going to talk to you all about the power of zero. See you on the other side.